Hello, Noofs, and welcome to another PvZ. Ben, I have to say, I'm really sad. Ask me why I'm sad, Ben.
Why are you sad, Ezra?
I am sad because we just casted 3 amazing ZVZs, which now grace our channel. And now we have to degrade ourselves by casting a dirty Protoss against the glorious and magnificent Zerg. Do you agree?
I agree.
Good.
It's a shame that Blizzard spent so much time developing Legacy of the Void when they could have just removed Protoss.
Exactly. It's a shame that we're going to have to cast a dirty, terrible, trickster, no-skill Protoss like Neeb. Who I guess I should probably introduce.
Yep.
In the bottom right, he's the blue Protoss, hailing from America. His name is Neeb, and he's going against the Mongolian Zerg. In the red, his name is Sioras, who I think is probably less well-known. He's 18 years old. Right, Ben?
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that. That wasn't me being condescending or anything. I actually didn't know. So he's 18 years old, and he made it out to this group, what was it, C? Group B. Group A. Sometime in, it doesn't matter, the letters don't matter. It was Group Stage 2 of the recent WESG, and so that's what we're casting right now.
Yep.
And he made it there by handling himself pretty well in Group 1. Tell him about it, Ben.
Yeah, so in Group 1, Sioras, probably not known to many people, but he defeated both Night End and Shiwa, who I imagine most followers of the scene are familiar with. So despite the fact that he's a pretty young player from Mongolia, which is not a country that's very well represented at all in the Starcraft 2 scene, he does actually have some legitimate skills. This isn't some random GM player who happened to qualify.
Yep.
This is a player who can actually take games and series off of established professional players. So we'll have to see how he fares against one of the best, if not the best player in the foreign scene, the American player Neeb.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. Sioras, I think, would be a neat dark horse pick for any future tournaments. If anyone wants to feel, it's kind of like the new, God, who's the Zerg that Artosis won't stop talking about in GSL? Who got bounced recently? He's very short. I don't remember. He's like that guy. He's like whoever that is. I think his name begins with an S,
Solar?
but he never does very well. No, it's not Solar. Solar's been good. I don't know. It's the short Zerg that Artosis loves. He's kind of like that. Maybe, Ben, we should get really into Sioras.
Okay.
If
Maybe we can start the Sioras fan club on
Yeah,
Team
exactly.
Liquid.
Be into it. He's only 18, so he's one of those up-and-coming players who
is this
might actually make a name for himself.
Oh, not quite. Well, there's 4 Zerglings here, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Also, a little interesting, Sioras started with a bit of a early, I think he went for a 15 hatchery, which is not within the realm of the standard Zerg meta. So I don't know if like so he's from Mongolia, right?
Yep.
So does he play on the Korean server? Probably not the Chinese server, right? He's not in China, so maybe he just plays on the Korean server. In which case, you'd think he would be pretty meta, but yeah, we haven't seen those sorts of builds since like the Legacy beta, when all the Zergs were trying to figure out what the hell to do with a 12-drone start, and when to build the hatchery, and there were all sorts of crazy things going on. But yeah, so nowadays it's pretty well established to do like a 16 or a 17 hatch, but not a huge difference. Actually, these adepts coming into the main.
Yeah, so I guess he'll be happy with 2 or 3 drone kills here, but they're all gonna die. Oh my gosh, no, are they all gonna die? They should all die.
Get 5 drones?
At least one of them. Oh, is he gonna get 5 drones? Oh, that's 6 drones.
Okay, that's way more than you have any right to get with 2 adepts.
Yeah, I thought I was being a little ambitious with 2 or 3. Man, that's super obnoxious.
Yeah.
That actually ended up working out for Neeb. I wonder if that's one of those kinds of things that you pull out just because you think that you're a better player.
Yeah, sort of like a skill check.
Yeah.
And Sioras doesn't seem to have passed. Oh, and the Spore is not done. This Oracle can come in. A little hesitation from Neeb is a bit of a mistake. I think lost him maybe 2 drones he could have gotten otherwise, only getting 3. Which is okay, actually, but I think he could have gotten like 5.
Yeah, but I think he's killed 9 drones already.
Yeah.
With what is a perfectly standard opening. Does he have 2 Oracles on the map right now? I think he's making a 3rd. Yep, he does. So he's actually making a 3rd right now.
He's going to lose another
Stargate.
drone over here.
He's going to grab another drone. That's annoying.
Oh, he's going to lose 2 more drones. Unless, okay. Sioras could have turned that into something, but didn't. So it looks like Sioras falling apart a little bit under this early pressure of Neeb. And you'd think with this much of an... Neeb has to be sort of a better player. And with this much of an advantage in a matchup that Neeb is pretty decent at, PvZ, Neeb should be able to pretty reliably convert this. So it's just a question of what approach does Neeb take in a game that he thinks he's in a strong advantage in to try and close it out.
Yeah, he's building a lot of adepts I'm not sure. I don't think he has a Twilight Council up yet. He's going to have these 3 oracles. Oh my gosh, is he going to get this queen? No way. Oh no, and he's just running riot. He's getting 3 more drones. So he's been up workers this entire game.
This is a lot of adepts.
Now he's adding on a 3rd very comfortably, but he also has, what is that, 8 adepts walking across the map. He'll have a nice little hit squad with that Phoenix and the 3 oracles as well, so we can just keep chipping away at Sioras' worker count.
There's no units
He's going to
here.
catch this queen.
Okay, so roaches do pop out, that's going to be important, but there's only 2 of them so far, and these 3 oracles are doing a lot of damage.
Oh, Sioras, no. This looks really, really bad for him. He's lost all those roaches
that
already.
Spore almost gets an oracle, but not quite. He hasn't really lost drones yet. 2 in the main, and we see the rest of the adepts going over here to the 3rd, but the drones have evacuated.
4 drones down. It's one of those...
That Phoenix.
He's going to lose Overlords. This game is looking really, really, really rough. Nobody's mining from that 3rd base at all.
Sioras actually never got link speed, so that's going to make it... If Neeb went to, like, committed really heavily with a bunch of adepts everywhere, without link speed, it'd be really hard to defend all that.
I think Neeb thinks he can win. He's making a Void Ray right now, which you do not expect to see.
Maybe it's because there's no link speed. He's, like, trying to go very heavy against roaches.
Yeah, I think he's figuring that the only way that he loses this is if a bunch of roaches walk across the map and win the game. You can see that there are shield batteries building as well. He's got an Immortal. He's got a Void Ray. So
this Phoenix is working on his 4th Overlord.
Yeah, man, this is brutal first game for Sioras. I'm curious what he'll go for. Oh, he's gonna get even more supply blocks. Look at that. He's building 6 Overlords right now. He loses 2 more drones. And this feels like what a game would look like if I played against Neeb. I guess it would probably look much, much worse than this, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you probably also wouldn't be playing Zerg, but...
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I might be into it after the last 2 series that we cast. They got weird and they got fun.
Yeah.
By the way, go watch those, please. And if you disagree that they got weird and fun, say so in the comments. Because we love comments.
Lurker Den, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that's what Sioras is trying to do. It is, you know, to give him credit, it is a viable choice of a comeback mechanic, you know. He's not just going to try and make Mass Roach into a superior economy of Immortals and a Void Ray.
Yeah.
So if Neeb just forgets to make any observers and then just walks his army through a bunch of lurkers, then maybe Sioras can come back. And he does still have, you know, a respectable economy, even though it's not at the place he would want to be as Zerg at this stage of the game. So it's not. We shouldn't say it's over because it's not over. As Oracles come in and get 4 more drones, but you know, Sioras has to be, you know, massively better from this point onwards if he wants to win. And given how Neeb has looked better this whole game, that seems pretty unlikely.
Can you check the kill count on those Oracles, by the way?
Yep, we see 8 and 7, so 15 in total between the 2 of them.
Yikes! Yeah, and then the 3rd one went down earlier, anyways.
Yeah.
So he is getting an observer. It looks like Neeb is also building a ton of gateways. Oh my god, he's building a 4th gate, 4th nexus before the 4th hatchery even finishes, and it looks like he can handle that pretty comfortably too. So
before it even starts, even.
Yeah, sorry, before it even starts. Meanwhile, Neeb is also just going to walk across the map with Zealot Archon, and I think probably try to end this along with +1
hallucinating some extra Archons. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
There should be detection, maybe. Well, maybe not over here, actually. So those could actually soak up quite a bit of damage.
Oh, man. This could very well just end the game. He's got the armies kind of split. Force fields go down to trap a few roaches before the fight even starts. Oh, did you know that hallucinated Archons didn't break force fields? That's interesting. Anyways, another force field goes down. He's just tearing through this army. I'd be surprised if Sioras didn't GG any minute now, because Neeb has clearly won this game. He's got a 4th base finish. He hit right before the lurkers, killing 16, 17, 19, 20. I can't even, they go up before I finish saying the number. He's got this one observer here. He's going to clear out the lurkers. Yeah. Sioras is totally toast. Neeb is going to take game 1. It's just a matter of when Sioras will GG. There he goes. Neeb takes game number 1 in this best of 5 series. So, I don't want to be too harsh. I don't want to overstate things, but Ben, do you think it's fair to say that last game was a little bit of a bop?
I think so. It looked like, you know, I mean, it wasn't a bop in this sort of classical bop, you know, the canonical bop, in which, you know, one player just comes in and just randomly wins the game. But it was just sort of, it was a standard game, except for at every point in the game, it went sort of as well within, you know, normal reason as it could have for Neeb, you know?
Yep.
Like, the Adepts go in and get a bunch of drones. you know, but they don't end the game. The Oracle goes in and gets some drones. More Oracles come in, get more drones, and repeatedly come back in and get more drones again and again through the whole game. You know, It was just sort of... It wasn't like one big explosion of advantage for Neeb, but rather just a huge incremental progression to the point where it got that Neeb just had such a better army that the game was just going to end.
Yep, Sioras, by the way, got a 15 hatch again.
Yeah, so I guess this is what he likes to do.
Yeah, it must be what he likes to do. But going back to what you were saying earlier, I think you're absolutely right. I think basically Neeb managed to get as much of an advantage as possible on every single stage, and so any one of those individually would have given him a decent enough lead going forward, and then they just kept going.
Yeah.
And then the game ended.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Sioras, from here, I wonder if you just pull out some kind of janky all-in.
Yeah.
I wonder if you decide that the last game was a fluke and try to play it normally.
Yeah, I mean, I can hardly imagine in Cyrus's position really thinking that you have a good shot in a macro game against Neeb. You know? Like, it feels like in a macro game you just give him there are just so many choices that he's going to just probably make better than you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I were Cyrus, I would definitely go for a very, you know, aggressive all-in style and just hope that you can somehow edge out a victory. But I don't know. He hasn't done anything too crazy so far. He could still go for some sort of aggressive build. But if he goes for a macro game, I have a hard time seeing this as anything other than, you know, Neeb 3-0, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So it looks like he's walking across a drone to make that third, if I'm right. Actually, maybe not. Huh. Well, okay. Fair enough. I guess it's not the end of the time that he could get a third by now. Neeb is just going to play Super Standard. He's going to get an Adept. He's going to get that Stargate, as I say it. I wonder if he's going to go for that 3 Oracle thing again. Mm-hmm. I like it a lot because you're guaranteed a bunch of drone kills immediately.
For sure. Yeah,
because you can basically just leave one to tank the Spore Crawler.
So we see the first drone coming, or the first Adept coming across the map. There is the second Adept, which is rallied across. So it looks like Neeb's probably going to do the exact same run that 2 Adepts in. I suspect this Adept is going to shade in but not commit, and then just wait around for the second Adept to come by, and then the 2 will go in the main. And after how much damage it did last game, right? You really have to give it a try and see if you can get 6 drones again.
Yep, that first shade I think is just to check the drone count, the natural, to make sure you're not getting Ling dropped. And then he'll wait for that second Adept.
And so you don't get super caught up and lose both of the Adepts. Oh, at the Stargate?
Yep. Getting the Oracle first again. The turning point is whether he gets the second one. He's going to shave his 2 Adepts in.
Okay, this time Sioras is very prepared.
Yeah, yeah, he's got a lot of Lings. Okay, he's going to cancel them. So, just comparing the 2 games, that's 1 point, at least one tipping point where Sioras is doing a little bit better here.
But this is the next 10 Zerglings, so that's 5 drones right there.
Yeah, it's true. And there's not much to do with them. Neeb, by the way, actually going to go for the Phoenix right after the Oracle, so it's going to be a little bit more normal.
Did he get the Phoenix? When did he get the Phoenix last game? Because he did get that Phoenix that went and killed like 5 Overlords or something.
Yeah, but he got 3 Oracles first.
Okay.
Last time. But he'll probably just stick on the Phoenix and the Oracle this time because he's going up to that Robo. He should grab a Twilight Council any second now. Get that pretty normal game started. Grab a third and a second. Looks like we're not going to see the kind of...
Okay. That drone was not made to be...
No.
Poor drone. Okay, the Phoenix is going to get its first Overlord kill. It looks like this is the only Overlord that Sioras has sent across the map. Decides to keep his second Overlord over here. The other guy's over here. So, but you know, these Overlords could still die to the Phoenix. So,
yep.
I don't know. He's going to potentially lose a similar number of Overlords as last game. We see this Oracle gets pushed back at the third. Now there is a Spore here. So I would say that the defense is definitely better from Sioras this game than it was last game. Let's see. So what do you think Neeb's going to do here? He's getting his Twilight and Gates. Okay, it looks like he is going to take that third about now.
Yeah, he's going to push for the third. The question is just whether it's a fake third and whether he's going to power up and try to go for an Adept or a Charge Lot Archon all-in. He'll grab the third. Sioras should scout it. Sioras actually doesn't have any scouting. Oh, he's got 1 Ling going up to the right. Okay, so we should check that in a second.
Yeah, without Ling speed, though, it's a little harder to scout. So the Nexus does go down, and Sioras will see that almost immediately.
Yeah.
He does have a nice supply lead here, too.
Yeah, I think that Sioras is looking decent enough. Compared to the last game, at least, which was pretty brutal. Looks like Neeb's probably not going to move too far out on the map. I think that once these 2 finish, he'll have 6 gateways, which is a totally reasonable amount to take a third, so I guess... Thank you, Ben, by the way, for the cinematic. Is that number 3 for the Phoenix?
Only number
check
2.
that. Oh, only number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a queen might be able to complete this, but
Might be. I mean, there's a queen right here, but that queen seems to have little care for the trifles of overlords over at the periphery
Ben,
of the base.
view. Give us the view. Give us the view.
Oh, it's too far to the side.
Oh, Starcraft, improve your engine. Okay, good enough. Good enough.
Well, that one didn't have any guts. It just sort of exploded.
Oh, interesting. Interesting adaptation by Sioras to not build his overlords with any guts this game.
I mean, if you're just going to lose them, why waste resources on the guts?
Yeah, he's saving supply. So he's got Archon drops here. This is nice. He'll be able to clear out some creep once he adds an observer to this.
But the roaches
Should be
are
one
here
more.
in time to defend it, so it's not going to kill any drones or anything, which is a good start.
Yeah, I mean, Sioras, he's actually looking pretty all right. Look at that. He is sitting on 3 bases for a while, though.
Yeah.
At what time would you expect him to move out and take a 4th?
I mean, so it really sort of depends on how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have enough roaches that you probably could defend a 4th, and with this Archon drop, right, you could just sort of split out. So I think it would be fine to take a 4th, knowing that Protoss has a 3rd.
Okay.
He just barely save everything there. But at the same time, when you're sort of on edge as a Zerg player, it's easy to kind of forget that sort of thing. Oh, this Overlord
Yeah.
dies too. Again,
Overlord
no
number
guts.
4.
Oh, now
Neeb's
the
gonna
Archon's
actually-
getting on the drone line, and the roaches are a little slow to respond.
Yeah, so he got to the drone line, and Sioras took a little bit of time to respond with the roaches, so he got more drones than you would expect him to. Oh, that's a nice little patrolling Phoenix. I like that a lot.
So, yeah.
Neeb is not stepping out on the map at all. I think that he's
even got these shield
content with
batteries
sitting.
here. He's super defensive here.
Yeah, I think he's content to sit even on 3 bases. Sioras, meanwhile, it looks like he has no intention of taking a 4th at all. He's just pumping up. He's building a 2nd Hydra then?
Oh, those Archons just attacked the War Prison there instead of the creep tumor. It's a good thing it had enough shields, but you can see it lost like half its shields there.
Yeah. Ben, check out the production tab and let's see if you notice anything that's a little out of whack.
Let's see. I see that there's a 2nd Hydra den.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, that
What are you doing?
must be a mistake. This one's already but it's right next to the
It's
first
right
one. Is he
next
trying to
to
get
the first one.
is he trying to get the Hydra speed like 10 seconds earlier?
Maybe he's expecting an Archon drop to kill the first one.
I guess so.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know.
Ugh, it's annoying. Well, the 4th has started
There's
at
the
least.
lurker.
There's the lurker
This was meant to be a lurker den for sure.
Yeah,
But
must have
it's
been.
not. That's a real shame. That's the sort of thing that can really throw off your strategy, you know? Because sitting on these 3 bases, it's pretty clear that he must have been trying to go for, you know, a big lurker push. I guess the fourth is now underway, but with how late it is, this 4th is not going to be
Oh man,
long for this
because he was
world.
killing the rocks, he might be just totally boxed out with those force fields. I don't think he can engage into this army, right? There's 4 Archons.
This is a lot of Hydras,
force
though.
fields. The force fields cut off the roaches at first, and now it's just strictly Hydras. But ooh, you're right, it's a lot of Hydras. He's actually going to chase this army back for a little bit. Neeb's going to maybe wait for some force fields, but instead he's actually just going to clear out. Cyrus is going to catch 1 Archon. That's annoying.
Yeah, so Archon Immortal's not great against Hydras. You really need to have that storm. And you see now Neeb seeing that does start it and starts chronoing that out because he realizes that he does not have the right... Oh, but charge lots in the main are actually going to start doing a lot of damage. There's one
He'll get
spine
a
crawler.
queen. That spine crawler is huge. It probably saved 4 or 5 drones.
Yeah, for sure. The roaches are now able to come here and are going to clean the rest of this up. And that was actually a pretty decent number of zealots that went down there. Only 4 drones.
Oh, Neeb catching 2 with the warp prism.
Yeah. And this
so
4th base actually survived that attack too.
4th base survived, but Neeb also got a 4th base. So
yeah. If
man,
Neeb had pushed into the 4th base with that army, he could have killed that and done about as much damage as he did anyway. So that was sort of a mistake there. But I guess Neeb really misjudged the army of Sioras there clearly.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I think also Neeb will probably be content once again to sit on 4 bases versus 4 bases.
And
7 lurkers being made.
7 High Templar though are already sitting here.
Yeah, true.
Now up to 9. Okay, those turn into an Archon. 9 is a little bit too many, I think.
Yeah, there's no reason. You don't have enough in your actual army at that point.
7 High Templar are going to do so many storms against this Roach Hydra army. But these lurkers, you know, how many Immortals do we have? We have 5 Immortals. So that's 6 Immortals now.
6.
So he should be okay with good storms to defend this.
6 Immortals and a gazillion storms, and it's kind of tough to attack up this ramp. He tags it with the Oracle, which is good, so he can follow them.
But he doesn't get the
position
lurkers
he's gonna
with the
recover.
Oracle. And that's what you really want to hit.
Ooh, that's
But there isn't an,
true.
there is an
come around the
overseer.
side?
If Cyrus, and this lurker positioning is really good.
Yeah,
And
I think
if he can take out the Observer with the Overseer and the Hydras, then that could put Neeb in a really rough position with no Revelation.
Yep, Neeb's gonna move in, immediately storming all of the lurkers. Oh my gosh, he got all of them with the storms. The lurkers just melt immediately. Now he's just storming straight on the Roach Hydra. That was a brutal attack. Meanwhile, back at Cyrus's base, he's just losing 20 drones. GG, wow, that turned really quickly.
Wow.
Neeb dropped along with crushing Cyrus's army. I would guess he split Cyrus's attention and then attacked and then killed enough drones. GG, Neeb takes game number 2. So that last game was kind of respectable from Sioras, at least until the very end. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but I would guess that Neeb dropped. Cyrus looked back to defend the drop, and then just got crushed by the storms.
Yeah, those storms dropping on the lurkers and on a bunch of hydras on top of them. Yep. Just the lurkers and a lot of the hydras just melted, and then there were still plenty of storms left to clean up what was left. And losing 20 drones behind it, you know, at that point, there's not that much you can do. But at least he didn't fall apart in the early game. He built a lot of Zerglings and all, and he was sort of pretty late to take the 4th base. But all in all, he wasn't horribly behind that game. So I think this is an improvement for him. So maybe he can put up a bit more of a contest this game.
Yeah, he got in that really good position. By the way, I think he just went to another 15 hole. I guess that's just what he does in ZVP. It's interesting. Yep. He got into a really good position up there on the top of the ramp with the lurkers, but I also think he also didn't have anything to protect the lurkers when the storms dropped for whatever reason, just the way his army was positioned, so they melted, and then it was just Roach Hydra.
Yeah, yeah.
And then at that point, the fight was just completely over. So we'll see if he can pull it off in Game 3. This is quite the mountain to climb. Even if you were, I don't know, even if you were Innovation, it would be tough to win 3 in a row against Neeb.
Yeah, for sure.
Cyrus has got to feel against the ropes.
Yeah, and still chooses the same hatch pool gas opening, not going for anything too cheesy. No pool first, Roach Speedling Rush or something, which can be kind of hard to defend. I mean, I'm sure Neeb could figure out how to defend that sort of a thing, but you know, you feel like at this point you're kind of beating your head against the wall, and maybe you do just want to play your macro game, and if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But it might be nice to try some sort of aggression and see if you have any chance of catching Neeb off guard.
I wonder if from Cyrus's perspective, it makes more sense just to learn from games that you play against Neeb.
Yeah.
Play your style, and then you can analyze later. If you're down 2-0, you don't expect to win the series. So.
Yeah, and I guess it depends. We maybe don't know quite what's going on in the group, but it depends on how likely he thinks he is to make it out of the group, Yeah. So if he feels like... I'll quickly bring up actually what the group is, just so that we know. So the group is Classic, Neeb, U-Thermal, and Sioras.
Oh yeah.
Having if he's going to lose to Neeb, he would have to beat Classic to have any chance of getting through, and that's probably not going to happen. So maybe you're right. Maybe from his perspective, the best thing to do is just give it a good shot, play your macro game, and get some good experience to learn from in the future with a high level opponent.
Yep, and we see that he's doing that. He's just grabbing that 3rd hatch there. Neeb doing the normal Stargate Adept opening again. So Cyrus is going to be on 6-lings. I think he was up at 10 before, so
yeah.
Neeb might be a little more inclined to actually shade in and see what he can do. Actually, it looks like Cyrus is going up to the 10 again, so never mind. Neeb not checking the saturation at the natural. That's interesting. I wonder what the point of that shade was. He didn't see anything with it.
Yeah, I mean, he does see the 4 lings, I guess, but that doesn't tell you too much.
Yeah, interesting. Oh well, probably doesn't matter all that much. Cyrus, he did that in the last game too, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well, right?
Yeah, no reason not to. Is he up to 12 links now?
Just 10.
Okay. It's normal. Neeb will walk back. Nothing's gonna happen there. He's totally rebuffed.
Yeah, so he's gonna add 2 more gates to the wall, probably. Yep. Going up to 3 gateways. He's got the Oracle almost done. We see a pretty fast lair, actually, at only like 335. That's quite a fast lair. Faster than you normally see, and we do see the spores dropping. But there is a 3rd, so it's a 3-base fast lair. So I wonder what his goal is with this lair. If he's just going to go for speed roaches, maybe? Because there's the Roach Warren dropping. Probably not Aspire against, Stargate and getting this Roach Warren. These 2 Adepts being kind of annoying in the 3rd. Actually, he's going to try and take out this Queen.
He's going to get this Queen for sure. Yep, that Queen's going to go down. And that's annoying because there's also a 2nd Oracle on the way. Can you check, actually, is that a 3rd Oracle building?
There's 1 Oracle
no, it's just the 2nd one. Just the 2nd one. So, oh my gosh, he's going to shade in with these Adepts.
Kind of
how many drones does he get? Looks like 2, maybe 3. Oh my gosh, he's not even targeting them.
There's 1 in the main, too.
So this is annoying, but I don't know. 3 Adepts for 4 drones? I think probably 5, maybe less. Cyrus shouldn't be too unhappy.
But look
with
at
that.
how many Zerglings there are here, and these don't have speed, and they never will have speed. So this is
you're right.
a big waste of resources, really. And you can see Cyrus now down drones. You know, 4.5 minutes into the game, Zerg really wants to have, you know, equalized and taken the advantage in that drone count. And that's not what you're seeing here. So he's now getting simultaneously Ling speed and rote speed. That's kind of funny. You don't see that all too often.
No.
Getting a Hydra Den really quickly. I wonder if he's going to go for a really fast lurker push, maybe?
Yeah. By the way, Neeb is definitely gearing up for an all-in. He cut the Phoenix from his Stargate, and he's adding, before he gets that third, he's going to grab the charge, and he's going to grab the Templar Archive.
So it's going to be a big charge lot Archon all-in, you would say?
Yeah, I would guess so. It could be Storm also, I guess. Oh, is he going to move across for a third? I think he's likely to build kind of a filler third and then move across the map with it.
You think he's going to cancel it?
No. You usually do that just so that if you can delay the fourth, you're still kind of in the game.
Yeah.
So he's gearing up for something. Cyrus, for his part, is building some roaches and just drowning up back at home.
So you can see a total of 8 gateways. We can use the structures tab to also see that there's 2 gateways and 3 warp gates. Now 4, 5, and 3. Not quite as convenient though. Okay, so there's also going to be some immortals here. At least one immortal. There's a warp prism somewhere. Okay, so there's two oracles here. There's a warp prism flying towards the third. Five drones, 6, 7 drones.
Seven drones?
Are drones trying somewhere else?
I'm not sure. I think. Can you check the kills on those oracles?
Yeah, so we have 3 and 7. So
7. Yeah, there you go.
I think so.
Huh.
7 drones is a lot to lose. He's down to only 43 workers.
That's super annoying.
He's getting the Hydras in that Hydra range. There's no Lurker Den yet. 43 workers is really not enough economy to make a lot of Lurkers off of, though. Only 5 workers on this third. Okay.
Yep, meanwhile, Neeb is dropping Archons, but he's also banking a lot of minerals. I would guess that is for some... He's going to walk away with his Warp Prism at some point and build Zealots, but...
Yeah.
He's kind of delaying it with those Archons. Okay, there he goes. He's got Zealots somewhere, probably back at home.
Yeah, in the natural. Building up this big Zealot.
In the natural, and got the Immortals,
army.
so... Getting ready to push everybody. Let's see if Neeb can just win this series right here.
That
Adept.
That Adept was told to hold the wall.
Yeah.
And she will do so no matter what.
Yep. I'm going to hold the wall. God damn it. I will follow orders. It's always nice to have
he never
follow orders.
Because he cut that Phoenix, though, this Overlord is still here and never got cleaned up. And he never bothered to use the Oracles to get high ground vision.
Yep.
So Cyrus should know exactly what's coming, but he's already down 10 workers. He is up army supply. So he might actually have a chance of defeating this. The bunch of Roaches, Hydras, and Ravagers.
Yep.
Oh,
wow, that's not a good... Yeah. So the engagement's going to start. Some Corrosive Bile is actually going to hit that Archon. That Archon's super low. This fight might not actually go super well for Neeb, but it looks like he's actually going to push through with the Immortals and the 2 Archons.
But
the Archons aren't being targeted at all.
A few more Zealots come in
more Zealots come in. So the Warp Prism wasn't helping juggle at all, but
Yeah.
also Cyrus at the same time wasn't targeting the important units down. And because of that, now Neeb can start just juking with the Immortals. He can transform that, and he can warp in some Zealots. It's like Neeb's just going to take this game, take this series in an incredibly convincing fashion. Poor Cyrus, man, this has been brutal.
Yeah. But I think as an up-and-coming player, looking at the series, you can't feel too bad about this, because at least in last game and in this game, you didn't get totally crushed, you know?
Yeah.
He lost, clearly, but someone's always going to lose. And I think the way he lost is enough for him to feel like he's a decent player. And with some improvement, I think he could actually be a pretty serious contender.
Yeah, even making it just to this group stage will feel like a victory for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile, Neeb is just chewing through his army. He juggled the Immortals. He actually lost one Immortal with some missed micro. But GG from Cyrus. Neeb takes the series 3-0. I think that went about as we expected, Ben. What do you think?
I would say so.
Yeah. So Neeb takes it 3-0. There will be 2 videos on the screen sometime around right now. And then also a subscribe button. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you subscribed it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.